Yeah, something like that. Smoke Dragon, what you got?
To be real honest with you, I was hoping that we'd just have so much to talk about with your two guys is that I wouldn't have to come up with something because the last two episodes we skipped me on this one, sort of. Oh, no, we skipped me on the Friday Follies. What do we call it? The Friday.
You go through this every time. We don't have any set order on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But we can revisit it.
Are you butthurt about it?
No.
I just plan on it now, and then we asked me a pointed question. I'm like, shit, I'm froze. I don't know what to talk about.
Well,
I guess if I had to pick something to talk about, where do you folks feel that the world is
Well, we're in
on
the,
accountability these days?
Oh boy.
see, we dipped our toes into this water.
Have we talked about this?
Just vaguely. Remember, remember I said that the ability to admit that you were wrong is a good ability to have.
Absolutely.
Can you guys admit when you're wrong?
Always first.
all the time.
I'm serious.
Now,
There ain't no
I
sense of lying, is
do work with a lot of young guys and everything else, so it's a different world out there now.
How do you feel about it with the young guys? They is it somebody else's problem situation, or like because of somebody else's happened?
Well, I've always admitted. I mean, I've got time off from work, admitting my faults and everything else.
Oh,
I've got
yeah, I
5
am
days
a,
off, no pay one time,
yeah.
and 3 days
Ooh.
off, no pay one time.
A real pee smacking.
Oh yeah. So everybody else, they try covering shit up all the time, and they just get by with it. But
That's tough.
You know.
That's a tough spot.
a little old me over here, but it's all right.
Yeah, I just feel like I guess I've been.
What brings
feeling,
this on, I guess?
Well, it does, now it's not what brings this. It's not what brings this on, because that's neither here nor there. But I sort of feel like there's been some things in recent, time.
Are you mad at Big Macerai?
No, you guys are doing great.
Oh, he's pissed.
Is he really?
Yeah, both of you.
Real bad.
Both of you. And
Doing a lot of finger pointing and stuff.
yeah, the finger pointing from you two has really just been
Who have
out
we
of
finger
hand.
pointed at?
Oh, each other. Each other.
Figuratively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that's been on my mind. Like, it's like, okay, everybody's grown up.
Do you
here.
remember when we had our sales meeting and we all had designated tasks, right?
Yes.
Let's just say this for conversation's sake.
Yeah.
And David is obviously getting his shit done because he has to, in order to put out the content that we need to put out,
Just the weekly episode.
stuff like that.
Okay.
And I was in charge of sales
Yeah.
and I failed miserably.
Yeah. And that's okay.
Right. You were doing some YouTube things and you did your job.
Yeah.
Okay. I failed miserably, but I didn't admit to it because I said, well, I didn't do my job because you didn't put the right stuff on YouTube, and Dave, all he does is this. But really, I am the one that up solely. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's kind of like what Dave's trying to dip his toes in is
How much I appreciate we can fix things that we can acknowledge.
Right.
Is what I'm saying.
right.
You
Okay.
can't fix something that nobody wants to admit exists.
Exactly. So, like, if I were to have just owned it and, then we could work as a group to fix it, kind of like we did.
No. What a fucking...
But then in general, like, if I were have just pushed it off, which I feel like a lot of the younger generation does,
Oh yeah, for sure.
they say, well, you, that's not my job. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. It probably happens a lot.
We
It
should
does.
probably blame it on the Teletubbies.
Yeah. And all that stuff or whatever David just said that makes absolutely no sense, but that's okay. I didn't catch the Teletubby reference.
I never watched Teletubbies.
I
so I
Me
don't know.
neither, but I
Tinky
bet...
Winky.
Oh, you watched it once
Tipsy.
more than I did, apparently.
La la.
I
Po.
wasn't trying to get so deep into it as that. It's just, it just seems that there's been a real weird shift in, and I think it's because maybe the topic actually is aging. Like I'm getting to the point to where I don't think that I'm an old head.
Oh, you're an old head.
Oh,
for
you're an
sure.
old head for sure.
You need to get your New Balances and your jorts on, pal.
But it's just so weird to me because I feel like an old head, like these goddamn kids. As somebody would have said potentially when I was a young person. Not that I'm saying that now, obviously.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But it's just freaking weird, man. Getting older and seeing the difference in.
I think it was the late great Colonel Sanders. He said the times are a changing.
Or he said, I'm too drunk to taste this chicken.
Yeah, I don't know either way.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever, as a band, just look at each other and wonder what the hell's going on, and just kind
All
of
the time.
I think Casey means you ever, as a band, look at each other and go, "Why the did I get into it with this guy?"
Yeah.
Because that's what Casey really means.
No, not really. Not like that.